Downloading music. Hey, it happens, and sometimes it consists of piracy, and people get sued by recording companies. Well, that takes us to this week's case. Actually, this is a case we've talked about previously. It was a woman who downloaded some music and distributed to her friends 24 songs. The recording company sued her, took her to federal court, and in the first trial of the case, they obtained a verdict in the amount of roughly $225,000. Well, she moved for a mistrial, went to trial again. Second time went to trial, another jury awarded a verdict of $1.9 million. Okay, well, she said that's excessive. Trial judge agreed. Gave the recording companies an opportunity to either accept a lesser amount or try the case again. Recording company said, we're going to try the case again. They tried the case again, and this time another third jury came up with a third award of $1.5 million. Judge said, okay, well, I still find that she is correct because her attorneys are arguing this is unconstitutional since it's an excessive award. It violates her due process. And therefore, I'm going to reduce the award. We're engaged in what's called a remittitor. So he reduces the award, and he reduced it to roughly $2,200 a song, actually $2,250 a song, or an award of about $54,000. Recording company said, well, we'd like to have at least that original award of $225,000, so we're going to appeal it. So they took it up to the 8th District Circuit Court of Appeals. And there, the appellate court looked at the case and they said, okay, well, on one side we've got this woman arguing through her attorneys that this is excessive and that it's unconstitutional. On the other side, we've got the recording company saying, look, this is allowed by the law. The anti-piracy laws allow us to collect damages, and in this instance, the damages are not, in our opinion, excessive. Well, the appellate court looked at it and they said, you know what? You recording companies are correct. We don't find this to be excessive. And we think that the judge reduced the award to too small a level. And therefore, we're going to reinstate that award, and you, young lady, owe the $225,000. Okay, so what do we learn from this case? What do we learn from this case? Well, something very interesting. Now, last time we talked about the way in which the Constitution is designed to protect you from government. It basically is about your relationship with government. So how in this case, where we've got two private individuals, private recording companies, a private individual, and the private individual contends that she's being denied her constitutional rights? Well, that is because when people go to court, they're using an arm of the government. As we know, there are three branches of government. There's the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of government. And when you use the court system, you're using one of those branches of government. And when you're using that, you have to see that the various rules that apply to government apply to that case. And in this instance, one of those important constitutional guarantees is due process. And if someone is basically subjected to a jury award that is really disproportionate to what they did, the courts will come away and say that's unconstitutional. It denies due process. And what this really does is provide additional societal protection. It prevents a small town or a group of people from getting together, and particularly in a small town, and say, you know, we've always disliked that guy. He's always been a pain in the neck, and we really don't like what he's doing. We don't like the way he has been burning his trash all the time. We're going to sue him for being a nuisance, and a neighbor brings a suit in private law, civil law, and sues him, and the whole town is excited about that and said that's super, and they sit on the jury and they award $100 million against this guy. Can't happen. Can't happen. People can't get together. An individual can't go to court and use the government, the court, for their own purposes, because that denies the other person, the defendant, due process under the United States Constitution. Okay, hey, we bring you this case as we bring you cases every week so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.